Some time ago I woke up and decided I wanted to be a YouTuber, but I had no prior experience whatsoever, and I only had my laptop to work with. But I knew that's more than enough to start my journey. This is how I started my YouTube channel. First things first, channel theme. For a YouTube channel to succeed, it needs to be based on something you like, or so I've heard. Therefore, the main theme of this channel will be video games. Woo! After establishing that, I started learning the basics of YouTube to create a plan accordingly. And by that I mean, watch YouTube videos about YouTube. After spending 90% of the time procrastinating and the rest doing what I'm supposed to, I figured out that for the algorithm to like my channel, I need good click-through rate, watch time, and also probably likes and comments. On the other hand, I also need to create the profile picture of the channel, which has to be unique and easy to recognize. No pressure at all, am I right? Right now, I don't need to worry about monetization, so I'll ignore that for the moment, but I do need to be careful with copyright. With all that in mind, let's get into it. Just when I was about to start making the videos, I realized I had no microphone to work with. I could always use the one from my headphones or laptop, but fixing audio in post-production is absolute pain. With no money to get one, my only option was to ask around friends and hope for the best. Luckily for me, someone had one. Thank you so much, man. I spent the next couple days trying to make my voice sound good with OBS filters, and all I could achieve wasn't good enough. While learning about microphones and filters, I stumbled upon a video talking about workflow. He recommended making a calendar, a goals list, and deadlines to maintain the motivation, so I did that. And let me ask you something, am I the only one who found Google Calendar too difficult to learn? I mean, it didn't feel that intuitive when I started using it, and it's just a calendar app. Okay, I did what I could, let's move on. Next up, goals. I actually made two lists, one representing the actual goals and the other one has the tasks I organized for the calendar and the things I need to buy in the near future. After all the prep work, all I have to do is to start with my second video. So I've been thinking about the general structure of this video and it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward, but I wanted to do something cool with the intro. I was thinking about Spider Dance song from Undertale, and I wanted to do something like a battle, a battle of Undertale. So I looked for pixel art of the DVD. Because I don't know how to do. I'm not an artist myself, bro. You know what I mean? And I found this Huntress, and I love it. It's from a Japanese account. I'll leave the link on the description. So let's get started. I don't know how to use Photoshop properly, and that's why I struggle finishing the design. But I wish I thought things better from the beginning, because I started making a lot of dumb mistakes that cost me a lot of time. For example, I was thinking about creating an idle animation for the Huntress, and you know what will be useful for that? Exactly! Layers, separating the parts of the body. Unfortunately, I had to deal with this after I finished my Huntress, and it took me way longer than I hoped. Then I thought that making the animation in Photoshop would be a great idea, and so much easier. Ha! Of course not! That will only be the case if I knew anything about animations. So I did what any sane person would have done. Do it in Premiere? Is it perfect? No. Does it work? Yeah. To finish with Photoshop, I only had to do some more pixel art for the buttons and attacks, and considering the mistakes of the past, the process was fast. Since I'm kind of stupid, I decided to waste almost 2 weeks doing nothing. But during my well-earned break, I found out two things. One, I lost all the media of my first video, so I will not be able to fix it. And two, some of the clips for my second video had no audio. I couldn't do anything at the moment, so that will be the problem for future Gorgio. Good luck! I tried to update the calendar, but making changes on this application seemed very difficult to me, so I decided to keep those changes in my heart and finally continue working on the video. I already had some experience with Premiere, but I knew that this intro would take a lot of time. After importing the videos into Premiere, now we can drag them into the timeline. This will, using the Ultra Key effect, will make the screen go brrrr. And now we can place look for the Undertale sound effects, sprites, and also battle videos as reference. Haha, very interesting. Anyway, these first few days I made very little progress, but I was brainstorming how to put it all together. And when I started with the Undertale battle, I came across my first big obstacle, the typewriter effect. Making the effect on Premiere using keyframes is pretty easy, but time consuming, and I wanted to avoid this at any cost. So I looked through the internet for a solution, to no avail. Until guys, after a long time searching through the internet, I found out some kind of essential graphic about typewriting in After Effects that I could use in Premiere. I saw a video of Power Edits, link below, a great video. It explained this to me. I could do it myself in After Effects, but I decided just to download the essential graphic, so I don't waste more time because this is taking a lot. So let's keep going. With that out of the way, I've had several ideas on how to approach the battle. In the end, I chose to make a combination between the actual gameplay and battle in order for you guys to understand a little better what I'm trying to represent here. It will have 3 attacks, one based on the Huntress range attacks, other one for basic attacks, and lastly from Devil's Fight. This attack will be representing everything, I guess. I also made an extra attack that it is a skill check. After days of work, I finally finished the intro. It has some transitions with After Effects which I didn't record, but basically I used knowledge from YouTube. I also did a write-on effect using a weird stylish font, but then I realized that this kind of effect don't work well with the overlapping fonts. But since I already took the time, I didn't care much. The end result was crazy and I can't wait for you guys to see it. And now it's time for the actual video.
We did it, boys! We did it! Let's f***ing get it! Not over yet, but we're done. The video's done, bro! The video's done, oh yeah!
This is just a fragment of how editing looks like. It took me more than a month to finish this video, considering the break and all. And of course, I didn't record everything, because my computer can handle well recording and editing at the same time. I did some testing by uploading the video to YouTube to see how it looked like, and what the f*** is this shit? Thanks to this experiment, I learned about YouTube compression. So basically, if you're a new channel like me, YouTube will use ADC1 codec which will crush your content and make it a pixelated mess. On the other hand, users that meet the requirements will be able to use the BP9 codec, which also compresses the video, but it retains most of its quality. Since I don't meet these requirements, this is a problem, but there's still hope. New channels can have the privilege to use the VP9 codec if we upload videos about 1080p. So all I have to do is export these videos at 1440p and call it a day. September 9 is approaching. I'm tired. I still have a lot of work to do making the logo of the channel, thumbnails, and finishing this video. I don't know if I'm going to make it, but this is my last ditch effort. You might be wondering, why September 9th?